Hello, everyone, and welcome to class. My name is Carissa, and this is our lesson about making plans. There was a slight delay in getting started. There was a problem with the connection in getting into the Hangout, but we're up and running now. So if you're ready, please go ahead, come on into the class. We'll go ahead and get our lesson started for this hour. Okay, so I'd like to welcome our viewers. Welcome to our class for this hour. I'm chatting with a couple of you in the chat box. So for those of you who are ready and still available, please come on into the class and we'll go ahead and... Okay, very good. Good morning, Nam. How are you today?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm very good. Very good, thank you. Okay, so I'm seeing there's a couple of people who are saying that they're having a problem getting into the Hangout. So let's just see if we can get that problem resolved. Okay, Nam, thank you for your patience, and for those of you who are listening, thank you for your patience this morning. Let me welcome Trine. Hello, Trine. How are you today? Trine, welcome to class. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thanks. And you?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you very much. All right, great. Okay, good. So it looks like Zane has joined us. Hello, Zane or Zane. How are you today? Good. Excellent. Okay, great. So we've got 3 students. All right, Mustafa, if you go to the Verbaling website, you'll be able to get a ticket and come on into the classroom. All right, very good. Well, let's go ahead and get our lesson started. Students, please remember that if you are not speaking, please go ahead and make sure that you mute your microphone. That way we won't hear the background noise. We'll be able to hear clearer. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. All right, very good. So please remember that when you are ready to speak, then you can go ahead and use your microphone. All right, very good. Let's see. I'd like to also welcome Jaime. Jaime, welcome to class. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. It's the first time that I am in Berlin.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Verbaling. We're happy that you're here with us today. I do apologize for the delay. Sometimes with technology, there's some
Okay.
problems, but okay. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get our lesson started for today. As you can see in the description for the class, we are going to talk about making plans in English. Okay, so that's the
Okay.
focus of our lesson. All right, so let me go ahead and let's just do a quick review of how to make plans in English. Okay, we're going to talk about some different ways to make plans. For example, I can use the verb plan. And let me start typing here in the chat box for you. Okay, I see that T has joined us. Hello, T. Welcome to class. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just
Hello?
fine. Yes, I'm doing just fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you can check the chat box for me. You can say, for example, I plan to at Verbaling. Okay, I plan to take, let's see, I'm going to say language classes because you can take different language classes here. So I plan to take language classes at Verbaling. Okay, so what you'll see here is that you have your subject. In this case, your subject is I. Okay, and here your verb is plan to. Okay, so I plan to, actually I plan. Okay, that's your verb, I plan. And then here comes your infinitive verb, to take. Okay, so I'm going to put that here, your infinitive verb. Okay, I plan to take. And then you talk about what you plan to take, the object of your action. I plan to take classes, and then you can add things like prepositions. Okay. All right, so basically that's how it's set up. I plan to take language classes at Verbaling. Okay, let's see if we can get another example. Okay, so for example, I plan to watch the World Cup. Okay, I plan to watch the World Cup matches today. Okay, so this is talking about something that I am definitely planning on doing today. It's my sincere intention to do that. All right, so maybe you can give me one example each just to make sure that we're understanding it. And I'm sure someone's going to say that. We're not getting. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm going to type this in the other chat so that you're able to see it for those of you who are not able to. Give me 1 second. All right, very good. Okay, so there are two examples there. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Jaime, can you give me an example of something that you plan to do? Give me an example, Jaime.
Yeah, I plan to play paddle this afternoon.
To play paddle this afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what paddle is.
Paddle is a kind of a sport. It's a kind of tennis in a little cancha.
So do you play it on a table or do you actually?
No, in the floor, but it's like the tennis, but in a little floor.
Okay.
You know?
Can you hit the ball on the walls?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay, good. So I think that what you mean here is racquetball.
Well, I don't know if you say the same because there is another sport very similar. Is that you use the ball, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. Okay. Tell me the name of it again.
Paddle.
Paddle. Okay. I'll check that out. I want to make sure that I understand paddle. Let me see if I can Google that. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. So good. So I plan to play. I'm going to type exactly what you said here. All right. So I plan to play paddle today. Okay. Very good. So that's a plan that you have for today. All right. Nam, can you tell me something that you plan to do today?
I plan to cook a meal.
Good.
Today evening.
Okay, all right. So you said today evening, and what you want to say is this evening.
Yes, this evening.
Good. So I plan to cook a meal. Okay, and what meal do you plan to cook, Nam? What are you planning on cooking?
I want to cook a pork with vegetable.
Okay, that sounds delightful.
Yeah.
That actually sounds very good. All right, good. So that's one plan that you have for today. Excellent. Okay, and then let's have Let's have Trin. Trin, can you tell me something that you plan to do today?
This evening I plan to do my homework.
That's a very good plan. Okay, so I'm going to type that here. So this evening,
I plan to do my homework.
okay, good. That's very good. I'm sure your parents will be very, very happy to hear that. Excellent job. Okay, and okay, and then Zane, tell me one thing that you plan to do this evening.
Okay. This evening I'm planning to take some English classes and do some exercises. And at last I will have my dinner outside.
Okay, all right, and that's great. So you've got a good plan for this evening. Okay, very good. Now, as you can see, we can talk about plans for different days. If you add a time adverb or time or adverb clause, you can talk about different plans. You can talk about your plans for next week, next year, tomorrow, for example. Okay, so using this verb plan, okay, it talks about your intentions for the future. All right, now there's another way to do that. Okay, and I'm going to show you something here. All right, for example, when you are talking about something that you plan to do, and you've decided to do this before you speak. Okay, so here's an example of it. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to type this in the chat box for you. Okay, there we go. All right, so when you're making future plans and you've made these plans before you speak, okay, so here's an example in the chat box, and I'm going to get some participation here. Okay, let's see, Nam, can you please read person A, and we're going to have, we'll have Zane. Zane, can you read person B?
Okay.
We run out of milk.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes.
hello.
Go ahead.
We run out of milk.
Okay, go ahead, Zane. Please read person B. Do you see that in the chat box, Zane?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you see the Verbaling chat box, Zane?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to put it in the other chat box. Okay, all right, so let's try it one more time. Please begin again, Nam.
We run out of milk.
Zane, please check the chat box. Do you see person B?
No, I know I'm going to buy some.
Good.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Your reading and your
Okay.
pronunciation was very good. That was your part. Good. Okay, so the problem here is that you ran out of something. Okay, maybe you were preparing your cereal or preparing a recipe with milk, and you ran out of milk. Okay, so then you make a decision. Okay, you make a plan. Okay, all right, so the person says, I know that we don't have any more milk, so I'm going to go get some more. Okay, so here you're using the planning verb, I'm going to. Okay, so I'm going to type that here in the chat box. I'm going to. After do, you say what you're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to, and then you say what you're going to do. Okay, so for example, the internet connection, the internet is out. So I could say, oh, I know, I'm going to call the internet provider right now. Okay, so in this case, you're not going to say, I plan to call the internet provider. You're going to say, I'm going to, okay, because this is a definite plan that you've made. Okay, all right, let's talk about a couple of situations where you could use this. Let's have an activity here, so let me just grab that for you just a second. Okay, so let's talk about some things that you have already thought about. Okay, so for example, you may say, I need a car. All right, I'm going to type this sentence in the chat box. I'm going to type it in the VerbaLink chat box. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is a plan. This is something that you've already given thought to. All right, I need a car. I'm going to type that too. So I need a car. Okay, and then as a family, I can say, so I'm going to buy a car, a new car next month. Okay, so here I'm not saying I plan to, I'm using another construction. I'm going to say I'm going to buy a new car next month. All right, very good. So let's talk about some things that you are going to do tomorrow. So here's my question. What are you going? All right, so let's talk about that just a little bit. All right, let's see. Trine, what are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm going to school. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
School. And I am holding in my school.
Okay, good. So I'm going to type that here in the chat box. I'm going to my school tomorrow. Okay, so I think you said I'm going my school, but you want to make sure that you're using going to. Okay, that's what expresses the intention. Okay? Good, very good. So I'm going to my school tomorrow. Okay, and you can say some other, for example, I'm going to pay attention to my teacher tomorrow at school. Okay, if you can say, I'm going to play soccer at a few options for you. All right. Okay, good. It looks like Maria Jesus has joined us. Good morning, Maria Jesus. How are you today?
Hello, fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing just fine. Great to have you here. Okay, as you can see, Maria Jesus, we're talking about plans. Okay, we're talking about things that you have already thought about, and so in order to express that in English, you're going to say going to. Okay. For example, you could say I'm going to work in a bank when I graduate from school. All right. Let's see. I'm going to type that here in the chat box. All right, when I graduate from school. All right, good. So let's get some other examples of things that you've already thought about that you're going to do or that you plan to do. All right, let's see. Jaime, can you tell me something that you are going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to pay taxes tomorrow morning.
That's very important. Okay,
yes,
so
it's very important for everybody.
going to pay my tax.
They can text me.
Yeah. Important to pay those taxes.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Can you say me what's the difference between going to and plan?
Okay. Yes. Okay, so a plan, it also expresses your intention. Okay, you can actually say both. You can say, tomorrow I plan to pay taxes. Okay, it just states your intention. When you say that you're going to do something, it's more definite. Okay, it's not just a plan, but it's more definite. Okay, you're stating a more definite intention.
But I can say I'm going to pay taxes. No.
Yes, you can. I'm going to pay my taxes tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
That's it. So what I would expect tomorrow morning at a certain time, I expect to see you walk out your door and get in your car and go toward the tax department.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. If you just say plan, sometimes it could just be that you've just thought of something, okay, but you haven't put it into action. Okay, there's no action with it. Okay, when you say going to, all right, there's your action. Okay, it's not just a thought in your head. It's not just something you have on paper, but it's something that you're going to put into action.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Excellent job. All right, Maria, can you tell me something that you plan to do tomorrow? Maria?
I'm going to go. No, yes, I going. I going to go to work.
Ah, okay, good. All right, and at what time are you going to work tomorrow?
I work to 8 a.m.
Oh,
To no from. What is the preposition?
mm-hmm.
8 at 3 p.m.
Okay, so I'm going to work from 8 a.m. to
to
3 p.m. tomorrow.
from 2. Okay. Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's how you express a time period. If it's from a certain time to a certain time.
yeah. Thank you.
Good. Excellent. So I'm going to work from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Excellent. Okay, so if you tell me that, then I expect that you'll be at work between those hours tomorrow. All right, very good. Let's see. Nam, I need to hear from you. Nam, what do you plan, or what are you going to do tomorrow, Nam?
I'm going to read some books.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay. All right. Now you can also talk about this in the negative form, and I'm going to give you an example here in the chat box. Okay. All right. So, Teen, can you please read the sentence that's in chat box? The last sentence.
I can see your chat box.
Okay. I'm going to type it in the other chat box so that you can see it. Okay. All right. You should be able to see it now. Can you see it?
I'm not going to watch TV until my science project is finished.
Good. Okay. Now you're a student, and so this could be something that you could say. Okay. So I'm not going to watch TV until my science project is finished, until I finish my homework. Okay. And you can see the structure here. You have your subject, then you have the word not. You have your negative word. And then you have your verb going to. And then you talk about the action, okay, the action that you're not going to do. Okay? All right, so this is another option for you. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to type this in the other chat. Okay, excellent job. All right, very good, class. Now let's talk about some other things. All right, now let's say that you have already made your arrangements. Okay, you've thought about your plan. You've said what you're going to do. Okay, and now you discuss it with someone. Okay, now that is different. Okay, so I'm going to type that situation for you here in the chat. Okay, this makes things different. This changes things. Okay, I'm typing it in both chats. Just give me a second. All right, excellent job. So here it is in the chat box. And let's see, Maria, can you please read what I've just typed in the chat box for you?
The present continuous tense is used in talking about arrangement. An arrangement, it is a plan for the future that you have already thought about and discussed with someone else.
Okay, yes. It's interesting in English, we tend to be very specific with certain things. Okay, so this is a specific situation. All right, so in the beginning we talked about a plan, okay, a thought that you have in your mind of what you're going to do. Then we've talked about putting it into action. Okay, so you're saying, I'm not just thinking about it, but this is what I'm going to do. Okay, now, hi, good morning, Elcio. Welcome to class. Okay, but now, if you speak about it to someone, if you discuss it with someone, now that's a different construction. All right, now this is where we're going to use the present continuous tense, and I'm going to give you an example here in the chat box. Okay, so Maria, can you please read the example for me in the chat box?
Is right. Also for me, this afternoon, I'm meeting my mother. This part no, at the airport tomorrow.
Okay, very good.
I'm meeting my mother this afternoon.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was perfect. Okay, good. So here, your construction is a little bit different. Okay, so here you have your subject, you have your verb to, and then you have an additional verb that has an ing ending. Okay, and then you have your additional clauses. Okay, so I'm just going to type additional clauses after that. Okay, so the construction is a little bit different. Here you do not see going to. Okay, we're not using that now because now we've discussed what we're going to do with someone. That makes a difference. Okay, so now you're saying, for example, Elcio gave me a good example. He says, I am watching at work. Okay? All right, so now that's a little bit different. Okay, let's see if we can get another example. Nam, can you give me an example of a plan, of making a plan that you've discussed with someone?
I'm going out with my friends to the cafe tomorrow.
Good, good. All right, excellent job. So I'm going out with my friends tomorrow. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. All right, very good. So I'm going out with my friends tomorrow. It's obviously something that you've discussed with your friends. Okay. Let's see, Zane. Zane, can you give me an example of a plan that you've discussed with someone?
I beg your pardon.
I'm sorry, Zane. I didn't quite understand. Repeat that. Tell me about a plan that you have discussed with someone. Okay, so we have an example here in the chat box. I'm going out with my friends tomorrow. Okay, let me give you another example. Let me just make sure that we understand. Okay, so let's try this example. Okay, here's another example for you so that you can see what I mean. Hi, Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed. Great to have you here in class again, Mohammed. All right, so here's another example. My sister's going to the dentist tomorrow. Okay, I'm talking about it because my sister and I have discussed it. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to use a different tense. Okay, I'm going to use this structure. A subject, my sister, my verb to be, is, my verb plus ing, going, and then my additional clause, to the dentist tomorrow. Okay? All right, Zane, can you think of an example? Okay, I'll come back to you, Zane. Okay, if you have a question, please go ahead and ask me. Jaime, can you give me an example? Okay, I think Jaime stepped away for a moment. Okay, let's see. Okay, Maria gave me an example. Nam gave me an example. Okay, Teen, can you think of an example?
Well, teacher, give me example, please. What question did you ask me? Hello. Hello,
Okay.
teacher.
Yes, I'm sorry, Trine, I wasn't able to hear you. Can you please repeat what you said?
What question did you ask me?
Okay, so I asked for an example. Okay, so I'm going to help you here. So, what are you? Okay, I was trying to think of a way to help you give me another example of this particular structure, but I think the best way to do that is to do maybe a dialogue practice. Maybe it's not clear yet. Okay. All right. Very good. So here's an example. Let's think of a situation. Okay. So I can say, I plan to go to Brazil. I plan to go to Brazil to watch the World Cup. Okay? All right. Now I've made a plan. All right? This is something that I've thought about. Now I'm going to put it in action. Okay? Tomorrow I'm going to buy my plane ticket to Brazil. All right? So I've taken my plan out of my head and I'm putting it onto paper. Okay? I'm starting to put it into action. Okay? Now I can say I'm going to Brazil. I'm going to Brazil, and when would be a good time to go to Brazil? Entonces, I'm going to Brazil this Friday. This Friday, my flight is at 5 p.m. Okay, so I've already bought my ticket. Okay, it's definite that I'm going to Brazil. I'm going to catch a plane, and I'm going to Brazil. Okay, so here's the process. It goes from your thought to putting it on paper, and then you've discussed it with someone, and you've taken some action. Okay? All right, so let's try it. Okay, let's try these 3 sentences because they use different verbs. Okay, let's try it. Jaime, are you with us, Jaime?
Yeah.
Okay, great, Jaime. Okay, Jaime, I want you to give me 3 sentences. Tell me what you plan to do. Tell me what you're going to do. And then tell us the final action. Go ahead, please.
But the same action?
It can be a different action. You may not want to go to Brazil.
Yes. I plan to work in another country in the future, and I'm going to sign a contract tomorrow for an enterprise.
Okay, with an enterprise. Good. With an enterprise tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, good, good. So I've typed what you said in the chat box. So you've talked about your plan. Very good. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to, and you could say, you can use the verb to interview. Okay, if you're going to interview with a company, or you could actually say start. So tomorrow I'm going to start. Let's try it here. So tomorrow I'm going to start working at an
Working hard.
at a foreign company.
At a foreign company.
At a foreign company. All right, so there you've taken your plan. It's not in your head anymore. Now you've actually taken some action. Okay,
Yeah.
some definite actions.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's different.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, excellent job. Okay, Nam, I want to go back to you. Okay, can you give me 3 sentences? Think of a different situation now. Talk about what you plan to do, you're going to do, and then you're going to use your final construction of your definite plan, your definite action.
Yes, I'm planning to study English seriously. I'm going to I'm going to read more English books. And tomorrow I'm paying for my classes in Berlin.
Excellent job. Oh, that was great. Excellent job. Okay, so here you have your plan of action, and you used the 3 different sentence structures that we've talked about today. Okay? All right, excellent job. Okay, can everybody see the difference between the 3 sentence structures that we've talked about today? Can you see the difference? Okay. Okay. Good, good. Okay, now let's try a situation. Okay, I'm going to give you one more thing, and this will help you to definitely get the feel for what we're talking about. Okay. Okay. All right. Excellent job. Now, the last thing that I'm going to mention to you is that now you can use the simple present tense. All right. When you talk about a scheduled event, okay, I'm going to type that here in the chat box for you. Okay, this is going to be the end of our series. Okay, now if you talk about a scheduled event, okay, let's see. I need a reader. Let's see. Nam, can you read what's in the chat box for me?
Scheduled events. The present simple tense is usually used to refer to future events that are scheduled and outside of our control.
Okay. All right. Excellent job. So now that we're going to use the present tense to talk about the future. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of examples so that you understand what I mean.
What's scheduled?
Scheduled. Scheduled is it's an event. It's something that has a definite date. Okay, it's going to happen at a certain day and time.
Yeah.
Okay, So let's see, I'm going to give you an example in the other chat box. I typed it in one chat box. Here it comes in the other chat box. Okay, so there's one example, and I'm going to give you another one. Okay, so the goal of today's class is to give you a number of different ways to make plans for the future. Okay, so let's read what's here in the chat box, okay? Let's see, Teen, can you please read the first sentence in the chat box? Teen.
I leave Frankfurt.
I leave.
I leave Frankfurt at 5 o'clock in the morning and arrive in New York at midnight the next day.
Good. All right. So we're talking about your scheduled event or your plan for travel. Okay. So here you're not speaking of an intention. This is something that is definitely going to happen in the future. Okay. So here you're going to use your present tense. Okay. If you are traveling in New York or in a country where you have trains, okay, the scheduled event, your train comes at a certain time. Okay, so I could say, Jaime, hurry up. The train departs in 10 minutes. Okay, so we can have our plan all laid out. Okay, but here we can finalize it and we can say, okay, this is going to happen at a certain time. Okay, so you can either put this first. Okay, the train departs in 10 minutes. So I plan to, so I'm going to, okay? So that's another way that you can use it. Okay, so put this in, yep, exactly. All right, very good. Well, actually, we're all out of time for our lesson today, and even though we had a shorter time today because of the connection issues, we're able to do quite a bit today. Okay, so I've put quite a bit in the chat box for you. Feel free to take some notes from what you see in the chat box. And your homework, should you decide to do homework, would be to practice making plans, practice talking about your plans, and practice talking about future events, scheduled events in the present tense. Okay, that will help your English sound more native, and it will give you more of a variety of what you can say. All right, very good. Well, guys, thank you for coming into our session for this morning. If you would like to have a private session with me, please go to the Verbaling website and book a tutoring session. Also, please look out for my future lessons. All right, well, thank you once again for your participation today. Great job, everyone, and I hope to see you all again soon. Have a great day or evening. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye, everybody. Gosh.